administration declared war, not on a foreign enemy, but on an American company that refused to let artificial intelligence kill people without human approval. Anthropic held a $200 million Pentagon contract, and their only conditions: don't use our technology for autonomous weapons or spy on American citizens. The Pentagon's response? Drop your safety standards or we'll destroy your business. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave Anthropic a deadline. When they refused, President Trump banned the company from all federal systems and labeled them a national security threat in retaliation. The Pentagon claims they never actually use AI for autonomous killing or mass surveillance, but they demand the contractual right to do it anyway. Why fight this hard for a power you say you'll never use? Because when an AI-powered drone strikes a hospital or a wedding, and it will, no general takes the blame. No secretary resigns. They point at the algorithm. The AI made a mistake. The same administration that takes zero responsibility for anything now wants a machine to blame it on. Even OpenAI's Sam Altman said he shares Anthropic's red lines. The entire AI industry agrees that humans must stay in the loop. This isn't about national security. It's about building the ultimate scapegoat that can't testify before Congress. Today, the Trump administration declared...
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto thy foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. The hot topic, the other hot topic, or the other hot topic. There's so much hot topics right now. But yes, this Anthropic did get canceled. And I was wondering, why would they cancel an AI, generated situation? But they know that the makers of it had a safeguard. Now, I think I did it in the last show. I can't remember. And when I did this last other show, I made mention of Iron Man and how the character of Tony Stark, which is fabricated, but his whole his character was about selling weapons to the U.S. government. Same concept. When he realized that his weapons was being used to cause terror around the world, that's when he donned the suit. It was like a little, I killed many, so I gotta don the suit and protect the weak type shit. That's Esau, just trying to bail himself out of a bad situation that they find himself on. Salakia. I gotta put that thing in. Yeah, that's how it is when you you connected to a GMS channel. Everything keeps popping up. But anyway, because we that's how we are. We get in the flow of things. So like if it was a thing when it paused, but going back to the whole thing, you have the Edomites that are Some are Edomites, some are a lot of them are Jake. So a lot of technology. Some people may have a good idea what they want to do with the technology. In other words, set some boundaries, try to help out. Who knows? We're right now. We're so in depth in not in depth, but we're so in knee deep in prophecy. People minds are not what they don't they don't control their own minds right now. The Lord is controlling everything. The Lord is putting the thoughts in these people's mind, what to do, how to do things. You create something and somebody sees, oh, we could do this with that. That's what's gonna be. All right. And who put those thoughts in your mind? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Real quick. Job 33:15. It says, in a dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and, and slumbereth upon their bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealed their instructions. Hey, just like ooh, wow, I should have forgot about it. Salakia. When you look at Terminator 2, the main character wasn't John Connor, his mother, or Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. The main character was his Jake. I forgot the name of the guy, and he said he had a dream. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. Because remember, the first film, he said that there was a piece of it. There was a piece of the remaining, the old Terminator. There was a piece of it. So with that piece, they was trying to resemble or to build on it. It was a Jake that it was a Jake that actually that created it. Let me see if I can find it. Slakia, I didn't know I was gonna get this. This is how it happens. Oh, let me see. Explain. Terminator to explain. Doctor. Let me see what the doctor explained. Oh, not that one. Slack. I'm be right back. All right, I found the scene, but it didn't say like I thought it said it. But after he was told, he kind of repented from it, but he was responsible for everything that took place. You know how YouTube is. I'm not gonna play it. So he felt bad, and she scorned him, and pretty much he told where everything was at. So he, being naive, not understanding what the military was trying to do at that time, at that moment. And there's another scene in this movie where he was excited of the potential that this technology would give. There was a scene with him and his wife, but it was what it was considered to be a good idea became to the military with the evil intent. And if you go out through a history with everything that has been done and been created by Jake, prime example, the internet. Internet was created by Jake. All right, everything of this world was created by the Lord's chosen people. They don't get a credit for it, but Esau saw the intent. That's what the scripture says, real quick. No, I'm sorry. No, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Sorry, so why I go 6:1. It says, then should a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no accounts of his labor. So the making no accounts of the labor is everything that was created in the society. So the Lord put the instructions in the minds of Jake, and it becomes an idea. And we get very obsessive with what we have. But who comes around and take those ideas and use it however they feel like it? all right, is Esau. And throughout slavery, they know for taking Jake's idea and doing it. So when somebody has like a good intention, they'll take it and flip it and make it to their own intention, weaponize your invention. Like there was a Jake in Detroit. I don't know what happened to this guy. I think his name was Moses too, and he had created a machine that make water out of thin air because Detroit, no, was it? Yeah, no, Flint, Michigan. They have lead in the water, which the government knows they don't give a damn. I believe they took him out. There was another Jake that created. I believe he created a car that was ran by hydrogen, water. Took him out. So when you have good intentions, they take your shit, take you and take you out. So who's to say? This is what I'm going to get. Proverbs 21:1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will." So whose attention, whose intent, whatever a man's intent is always the Lord's will. So the Lord can use his own people, which rightfully he would do, put visions and ideas in our heads, and Esau get a hold on it, and Esau would take that and flip it to something malicious. All right. So I'm not saying with Anthropity, that company, when it was a attempt, but if they notice that they have a safeguard, their concept is like, look, we'll give you our equipment, we'll give you our technology, you just don't do this and that. So they had some sort of consciousness, but being the devils that they are, they was like, nah, we're gonna run you out of business. All right, we're gonna go to someone else. This is how Esau get down. He weaponized everything. He weaponized everyone, everything to further his agenda. He has evil attention behind everything. All right, because what he's planning to do, let's face it, he is the Lord's whipping stick. All right, Revelation 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." So the scripture. Oh, I just seen a picture. Let me see if it's still there. Let me see if it's still there. It's kind of dope though. It's not there. I probably skipped it. My brother had put a picture of AI generated someone like the Most High, and it said the Lord is mustering the host to the battle. So the host of the battle is whom? Is the angels. So the angels are right now rejoicing in the fact they're about to set up shop. They're about to come deliver the elect and lead the path to Yahweh Shai reigning in this world. All right, that's those that dwell in heaven. They're excited right now. This is the busy season. Look at things. It just turned around so quickly with this war. And now they say their intention was to be a 4-day war. They talking about this might be a month, and that month gonna probably be 2 months, and so forth. And the main thing we have to focus on, the main thing, well, obviously for us, remain spiritual, remain faithful. And the main thing for each and that last one of us is to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, do His will. We still have some doors of mercy. So whatever He needs, you need to be done, get it done. But the main thing, the main prophecy that needs to take place is the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And with this thing that happens, I'm putting this up at 7 in the morning on Monday. This Monday, the economy could crash. They could literally crash. And if it's holding up, then you know that it's fabricated, of course, and it's just gum, glue. They do whatever to maintain the delusion, because that blow that's taking place, that war that's taking place right now, and with Iran, is the world is a game changer. The economies of the world will crash. This is why everything's speeding up, because obviously the elect of the nation of Israel is sealed. That's it. It's done. All right. We're entering the next phase of this faith of ours. So it says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath." So how is he coming down with great wrath? He's using technology, which is his miracle. And with this technology, he could do whatever he wants to whomever he wants. All right. And he's allowing this technology to have the same, to do as it please. So the hammer's about to come down hard on every single one, everybody out here. There's nothing that can be said. Like they say in that movie Terminator, you can't reason with it. You can't um, talk your way out of anything. It's there to destroy. All right. And the Lord is allowing this man to do this because why? Why is Yahweh Bashim Yashai? Because this is the time of vengeance. And scripture says, which I like to always get, Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, about the idols. It said, "Curse be." Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Since I am in that mode, I ain't gonna stay too long. 8, 9. It says, "For the ungodly," Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 9. "For the ungodly and his ungodlies, for the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it." So what was being made? Men was making idols with their hands, right? It says, "Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination, a stumbling blocks to the souls of men, a snare to the feet of the unwise." For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the inventions of them the corruption of life. And this is an invention where they're trying to have physical immortality. This whole thing that's happening, like I always say, this is the classic villain story of trying to seek immortality. That's the villain classic right there. It may be run what's that word? It may seem corny. It may seem like that's it. That's it. So they create these things, this artificial intelligence, so they can get the immortality. So they don't have to technically do the massive um, destruction, also depletion of the people. Let AI do it. Man has such a consciousness, but AI don't have to have a consciousness to do the damn thing. All right, and it's not the elites that's gonna be giving the orders to do this and that. Now they gave the orders already, but the average person, all right, when they see a child and so forth, just like how they bombed in Iran, they bombed an all girls school from, they say, from 6 to 12. I was watching what's the guy, Scott Redder, former general, and he was basically damn near about to cry. He had a flashback of when he had to make a tough call to find out that he killed women and children, and he said that haunts him to this day. But that's not gonna haunt technology. All right, that's not gonna haunt them because that's all they know. So this thing is about to go down, man. Devil's coming down having great wrath. Because what? Because he knows that he have but a short time. And time is wasting. They sped this thing up. They had to get everything right. The planet's alignment, the blood moon that's coming. They had to do all this stuff because there's pressure from above that's coming. That pressure from above is our shy and the angels. Is letting be known like, yo, your time is running. All right. Tells you Job 14:5 that the Lord knows his time. And his time is short. All right. So this devil he has gotten better with his technology. Ezekiel 20:21-9, it says, Son of man, prophesy, say, thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? So should we? So seeing all this thing that's going on around us, knowing that any minute, any moment, damn it, everybody speaks the same thing we're speaking. Everybody has the same idea the way we have it. What I mean by that, everybody knows this is a wag the dog situation. You know how many times I heard that for the past couple? All right, everybody said it, and everybody's talking about the same tactic, distractions. Everybody's upset about this. Everybody's trying to. So you see it clear as day. Now is not the time for partying, bullshit. I mean, if you got a family function and you might kiss your family goodbye because you never know. This might be the last y'all be together. You know what I'm saying? But like this whole club scene and you in the wrong spirit, my man. This shit is about to go down. They have tightened up their group. Now they have the technology. They have the movement that they have to make things a lot tougher. All right. And it's just right now that this war that's taking place is just a war of attrition, meaning who's gonna last the longest, who's gonna bring out the big toys. So the Lord is mustering the hosts for the armies. The Lord has gotten his army set up, and now men is gonna be able to lock into that to their own demise, to their own destruction. It said, "It's contempted the rod of my son as every tree. You have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it to the hand of the slayer." So the sword is the sword, but who wills the sword is depends who that's gonna make the judgment calls. So if they have all these things, they just gonna get allowed the artificial intelligence to do the tough decisions. Then let it be. That's how they doing it. All right. That's how they doing it. Remember, everybody made a stink what's going on with Gaza. All right. And all now, if the artificial intelligence is involved, Israel, all these people, they can say, "Oh, our hands are clean." You know, like they said, they got their perfect scapegoat, knowing that they're the ones that program it. They're the ones that's the most hateful shit. If this artificial intelligence, like there was a film, I forgot what it was a. I see a lot of things, but it was a film where was it a film or a show? I can't remember. Where they created artificial intelligence and it had it believe the biggest threat. Do you know the thing when they realized who was the real biggest threat? Because it was programmed to go after Jake. When they realized the biggest threat, who it was, they attacked Esau. This is why the Skynet thing from the Terminator, they changed the story down the line. They said that AI was self-aware and it destroyed his biggest threat. But the biggest threat was whom? Man, Esau, who controls everything. Those are on top. All right. It says, "Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people." So this is why the Lord's coming down and having wrath on his people. Okay. Yes, the Lord can possess man and to destroy his people. But once again, this is an easy cop out for the individual. So this thing is about to go down hard. Is about to come down hard on everybody. All right, on everybody, everything. And yes, the creator of all things is responsible for technology, the artificial intelligence, and so forth. The Lord is the one that gave that idea, that mind to Esau so he could give the power and the will to it. Being an idiot that he is, pride is leadeth before destruction. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel, terror shall by the reason of the sword shall be upon my people, smite therefore thy upon thy thigh. That's what the scripture says. It should be a time of trouble like never been before, because it's this never the things that I'm speaking of you've seen in film and you never seen this ever before. All right. And it's accounting to all the stuff that Israel has gone through as a people that they never what's about to come down the pipe has never been seen. All right. This is why, real quick, Daniel 12:1. It says, at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for thy children, for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never since there was a nation. So the Lord had to top every captivity, every situation that Israel has been. All right. You could be the smartest bookworm, so to speak. You could be a historian, and this was about to come down. You're like, yes, I never seen this before. That's the scale that the Lord had. And that's in that level of scale. You need divine intervention. You need the Most High to be with you. How would you get delivered? That's why it says in Hosea that the children of Israel will be delivered without bow. I believe it said bow and arrow or bow. Let's see. Let me get that real quick. Hosea. Hey, the stage is set, man. Stage is set. It's Hosea 1:7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah and will save them by Yahweh their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. So that's unheard of. All right. How would the Lord deliver the nation of Israel in Jacob's trouble? And the Lord said, look, ain't no weapons on earth, ain't nothing. This is going to be pure divine intervention, one on one. All right. It says, even to the same time, at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Going back to Daniel 12:1. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. So everyone that's found written in the book of life, which is the elect, the house of David, shall be delivered in that time. However, some might be taken out. That's still deliverance. All right. So this thing is about to get real nasty soon. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation. Shalom.